Late last year, we saw that the FCT Minister, the current FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike, revoked a lot of land inside this very city and even demolished some properties in some certain locations inside the city of Abuja. And these said demolitions, these said revocations, they did not just happen because he did not want these said lands to be in certain locations. Well, they happened for a reason. And throughout the entire course of this said video, I'll be giving you the reasons why the revocations happen, the reasons for the demolitions, and also how you as an investor can avoid being part of this said group of people that their lands were revoked and also their lands were demolished or their houses were demolished. Some of these people that their lands were revoked, their land titles were revoked, were some of the biggest dignitaries in all of Nigeria. For example, the former President Muhammadu Buhari, a former Senate member, which is Dino Melaye, and also one of the biggest road constructors in all of Nigeria, Julius Berger Company. And these said revocations happened for a reason. So like I have stated earlier, throughout the course of this said video, I'll be giving you reasons why these said revocations happen, how you can avoid them, and how you can invest rightly into this very city. My name is David, and I am a real estate broker here in the city of Abuja with Fortune Real Limited, a fast developing real estate company here in the city of Abuja, who is committed to bringing you the absolute best of real estate, educating you, and also bringing you the most affordable properties for sale in this very city. Now, first off, let's start with what is the title is revoking and what is causing the revocations of title in this very city. I have always stated on my YouTube channel that in Abuja, we have different types of land titles. We have the customary titles and also we have the statutory titles. Now, the customary titles are titles that are allocated by the local government, community chiefs, and all those said people, while the statutory titles are titles that are allocated by the state government, your state jurisdiction. Then in the FCT, it is allocated by the AGs, the FCD, and also the federal government authorities. These are the two types of titles we have inside this very city. Now, first of the demolitions that happened in the Sabonugwe area, those demolitions were caused because those said lands were initially allocated by the local council authorities in that said jurisdiction. Therefore, after the government now classified that said area as an urban area, they have the power to take back those said lands from the local council and now they allocate it back to the federal government. This is the reason why that said demolition happened in the Sabonugwe area. While for the revocations, there are several strings attached to it. The lands that were revoked that was owned by both Muhammadu Buhari and Dino Melaye, these are FCDA properties. That means they are approved by the FCDA authorities. What now then caused the revocations of this said title? Well, as an investor, it should shock you to know that even after getting a C4, getting an RFO, you are ought to be meeting its certain terms and conditions when it comes to that said document. For example, you have to be paying a ground rent every single year to the government after that said C4 has been given to you or that said RFO has been issued to you, both as a developer or just as an individual. Now, these said lands that were revoked that was owned by Dino Melaye and Muhammadu Buhari, it is because they were not meeting the terms of agreement. They were not paying the ground rent that was meant for that particular land, therefore giving the power of revocation to the FCT Minister or the FCD authorities. Because why? They were not meeting the terms of agreement. Now, this is what caused the revocation and also caused the demolition inside this said city. I also did mention earlier in this said video that the current FCT Minister also revoked a land that belongs to Julius Berger Company. And the reason why this said land was revoked was not because of the title or any other thing. The reason why this said land was revoked was because in a particular period of time, that land was not developed. Now, as an investor, I should tell you the way of how you can invest rightly. After you've bought a land, that said transaction did not just end at the transferring of title. No, even after the transaction is done, you have to take possession of that said land. And by taking possession, you have to maybe build a structure on it, a monkey fence, something like that. That is what it's called in Benin. Just try to take possession of that said land by building something in it just to communicate that this said land belongs to somebody. That is you taking possession of that said land that you have just purchased. Now, the reason why that said Julius Berger property was revoked was because within a period of time, they were not able to develop or take possession of that said land, giving the authority of the FCT Minister to collect back the lands because they've not developed that said land within a period of years. Quickly, as an investor, how can you avoid demolitions and also avoid revocations in Abuja? It all boils down to two things. One, you have to invest into FCDA approved estates. Now, I have always had issues with some investors who would say that if it's not a saleable property, then they are not buying. The right question you have to ask is if that property has been allocated by the right entity. And by the right entity, I mean if that property was allocated by the FCT authorities. Because if you are buying into properties inside the FCT and that said land is allocated by a local council, that means in the future you'll be facing the problem of reallocation from the local council authorities back to the FCT authorities. So for you to avoid demolitions and avoid revocations in certain locations inside Abuja, you have to buy into FCT approved estate that has FCT C04, FCT I04. These are good titles that you can run with as an investor in this said city. The second point of how you can avoid revocations and demolitions in the city of Abuja, like I have stated earlier, is taking possession of the land after the purchase has even been made. Now, the possession can simply mean you just building a small fence surrounding that property just to communicate that these said lands belong to somebody, just to build something inside that said land, be it a monkey fence like it is called in the south, or do something inside that said land that just communicates that this land belongs to somebody and it is you just taking possession of this particular property. These are the things I wanted to share with you in this said video. If this video has been insightful for you so far, don't ensure to subscribe to this channel to get more information of the Abuja real estate market and how you can invest safely into this said city. Once again, my name is David and I am a real estate broker in the city of Abuja with Fortune Way Limited, a fast developing real estate company here in the city of Abuja who is committed to bringing you the absolute best of real estate, educating you and also bringing you the most affordable properties for sale in this very city. See you on my next video session. Until then, stay safe.